Welcome, welcome, welcome once again. Hello, hello, hello. This is In the Basement with Next Step and K. I am, of course, K, the only Jets fan in America. Maybe on the East Coast, but probably not in America. But I'm telling you, probably after week one, there's probably going to be more Jets fans that I can count. Want to let you know, welcome. Hopefully, everybody's Labor Day weekend was great and safe. Hopefully, everybody had your fill of barbecue and you guys are finishing up the rest of your leftovers because a rule of thumb is anytime you have to have leftovers for more than 4 days, you have to throw that stuff away. Please, you do not want to eat that. Just give it to your dog or whatever the case may be. Let them catch salmonella or something like that. Shout out to everybody. Hope everybody's Friday is going good in the basement. Once again, you can reach us at 302-844-8275. Instagram at in underscore the period basement underscore podcast. YouTube in the basement podcast. And on Facebook, it sounds so good. I got to say it twice in the basement podcast. Hello, everybody. This is Kay from In the Basement for Next Step and K, and I am the other co-host of another fabulous duo of In the Basement Next Step and K. I am Kay, of course, a Jets fan. Next Step, aka Larry, he's probably enjoying his weekend with the family and things of that sort, or out there working. He's a hard work and a family man. So I definitely want to say shout out to Larry. Together. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. Yesterday, happy football, everybody. Number one. Yesterday, the Baltimore Ravens took on the Kansas City Chiefs, and the Chiefs actually squeaked out a one touchdown lead, 27-20. Baltimore's Lamar Jackson had 273 yards with one passing touchdown. Derrick Henry with his debut in a Baltimore Ravens uniform, 46 yards rushing, one touchdown. Isaiah Likely for Baltimore also had 111 yards receiving and one touchdown. Patty Mahomes, 291 yards, one touchdown, one interception, which was, he looked at it like, what did I do wrong? Isaiah Pacheco, 45 yards rushing. He had a touchdown. Xavier Worthy also had one touchdown with 21 yards rushing. And Xavier Worthy, the hero, the fantasy hero, as a matter of fact, 47 yards receiving with one touchdown. So the fantasy players of that game, because I'm in like three fantasy leagues and whatnot, and I'm getting killed in each of my fantasy leagues so far. But the thing is, for all you fantasy veterans out there, it's only the first game. Guess what? Kansas City doesn't play tomorrow, or they play Sunday. They only play once, so we can get all those numbers back. What we have to do is just pretty much depend on the rest of our supporting cast and our superstars that are in our league. Fantasy players of that game, if you pick Lamar Jackson, he had 25.2 points. Xavier Worthy went buck. He had 20.8 points. On Isaiah Pacheco had 15.8 points. I got Mark Andrews in one of my fantasy leagues, and he did squat. I think he gave me like 3 points. Shout out to the Goodfellas League. I'm playing against Steph, aka the number one chick. They're just talking real heavy to me right now in the chat. I could say what's going on in that chat, but I don't think you would be. I don't know if you would like to hear the words that are going on in that chat right there. But guess what? Number one chick, Goodfellas League. I'm coming for you. I'm coming to dominate. Wait till Sunday. I'm telling you. Here I go. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into it. So let's get into it. For of course for week one playing tonight. Happy Football Friday for all you Eagles fans out there. You get a chance to watch the Green Bay Packers against the Philadelphia Eagles. I believe they kick off at 8:15. As a matter of fact, probably 8:30 to get everything done, like in Brazil, in regards to telecasts and things of that sort. So my pick is I'm going to take the Packers over this one, just because Philly's not going to be clicking on all cylinders yet. But once they start clicking on all cylinders, look out. Now, people, in my immediate family, my fiance and everybody, they're talking about, oh, Casey, you're a hater and things of that sort. No, I'm not being a hater. I'm just saying, like, they're not going to be clicking on all cylinders yet. But once they start, look out. I'm telling you. So Green Bay is definitely going to take advantage of the super new surroundings that the Eagles are in, and the Eagles, they're going to get hit with the upset, and they leave Brazil with the loss. Green Bay leads with the win. My projected score would be 24, Eagles 17. Sorry, Eagles. That's the loss coming in. Now, on the regular day on Sunday, happy week one to everybody. For the next game coming up would be the Steelers and the Atlanta Falcons. Now, the Falcons had a real good summer. Off-season wise, they made some great picks. They had some great acquisitions, but guess what? Everything's going to be all good in Atlanta until week one when you got to face the gritty Pittsburgh Steelers. Um, Pittsburgh, they're not going to be passing the ball like that really in the first week. They're probably going to just ground and pound their way to a win. Plus, shout out to Penn State's Pat Freiermuth. He got paid today, quiet as kept. And the Steelers are going to get the win just because of that. My projected score: Steelers 22, Falcons 18. Absolutely. Next game up, Arizona Cardinals at the Buffalo Bills. This was going to be a no-brainer. The Bills are playing at home, number one. The Bills Mafia is going to be in effect. They're going to get the win on offense, and even though the offense is going to be looking a little bit different, um, I definitely want to see because he's on one of my fantasy teams, so I definitely want to see on Arizona. I apologize, Arizona Cardinals. I'm definitely trying to see what Marvin Harrison Jr., aka Maserati Marv, is what they call him, is going to do in his debut. But he's still going to lose. They're still going to lose, and the Bills still win. And my projected score for that, it's going to be a pretty high scoring game in the first half, and then the Bills are just going to show who they are, and they're probably going to end up winning by 14. My projected score for that would be Bills 34, Cardinals 20. Next game up is the Tennessee Titans at the Chicago Bears. Um, this is I haven't seen this much buzz in the Windy City since a guy named Russ Grossman came to take the snaps. The Windy City Hope, aka Caleb Williams, makes his first start, and I got to tell you that Chicago is definitely hype. Um, the city's behind them. City's behind them, and plus they actually have a pretty good defense this year. They actually keep those mistakes at a minimum for Caleb. So if Caleb goes out there and throws an interception, the defense is going to take care of it. You know, kind of like how the Jets did it circa 2010, 2009, how Mark Sanchez went out there and threw like a couple of interceptions. Jets defense would pretty much go 3-and-out. We forget all about the interception, you know. But it's going to keep the mistakes at a minimum. Daryl Sarias Bears gets the win and gets that hype machine rolling about Caleb Williams. My projected score for that will be Bears 24, Titans 14. You're welcome, Daryl. You're welcome. Next game up would be the New England Patriots at the Cincinnati Bengals. This is another no-brainer. This is like an easy homework assignment for the Bengals. You can get the old Bengals of back in the 80s and 90s to win this one if you want. They should be able to win by 40 with this one. You can have a lineup like Icky Woods, Collinsworth, Jeff Blake, Kajana Carter, whoever you want to get. You can even get Boomer. You can get Boomer in the third quarter to take the snaps if you want. My score for this one, I hope they beat up on the Patriots with this one because I don't like the Patriots. They're our division rivals. You know, I want them. I want the Bengals to stomp us to the ground. My projected score for this one would be Bengals 31, Patriots 10. For real, I really didn't want them to get, I really don't want them to get double digits. I really want to keep them in single digits, but I don't want that bad juju to fall on my Jets on Monday. So, yeah, I'm gonna give them some grace a little bit. Next up is the Houston Texans at Dr. Kyle's Colts. Shout out to the Black Psychologist Podcast. Shout out to Dr. Kyle and Dr. J. My take on this one is now, back in my heyday, Indy would be the clear favorite. I mean, because this is back in the day when Houston was just like the doormat of the AFC. Was it the AFC South? I believe. Yeah, they're but this is a new day. CJ Diggs had excuse me, not CJ Diggs. I'm sorry. Excuse me, CJ Stroud. I'm sorry. Has two new weapons with I believe it's Stephon Diggs and Joe Mixon is over there. If I'm not mistaken. My thing is they're probably going to win the division. I got them winning the division, and they're going to start. They're going to start by winning the first game that's on the docket. Excuse me, by beating the Colts and Indy. But that's all right though, because this is a division matchup, and the Colts will get them back and come week 8. I think I was looking at their schedule. I think you guys play them. The Colts play the Texans on week 8, so I think you guys should be okay. The Colts lose this one by 8. I got them. My projected score 28-20 Texans. All right. Next game up would be the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Miami Dolphins. This is another easy pick. Another easy homework assignment I can take home and just do this in class. Um, I see a whole lot of points with the defense. I see a whole lot of points. No, not a whole lot of defense, but Miami was going to win this. They're going to rock about 35 points. And maybe in week like 4 or 5, they cracked the over 30 mark. Excuse me, over 40 mark. So my take for this one would be Dolphins 34, Jaguars 24. Real easy. I mean, the score looks close, but it's really farther than what it is. Next game up is the Carolina Panthers at the New Orleans Saints. Now, for this one, I'm not going to be watching this game. I'm just going to just wait for Red Zone to flash back and forth on this one just to see the opposing kickoffs because it's going to be a whole bunch of three and outs. For some reason, I'm going to be taking the lesser evils on this one. Both teams' offenses are horrible. I'm not saying both quarterbacks are horrible per se, but both of them need work. This is like back in the day how we used to play a game of Rough House. Nobody could really play all that good. So instead of playing the game to 45, we're going to play the game to 35. And sometimes, in most cases, if we're that bad, we're going to run the game to 21. And somehow, some way, the game still takes like 4 hours. So this is like playing a game of like Rough House on a slippery floor with no grip, and we're playing with bad sneakers. So basically, the first one to 24 wins this one. My projected score for this one are the Saints get 24, the Panthers get 10. This is just going to be just a bad game all the way through. Minnesota Vikings and New York Giants are up next. My pick for this one, both of these QBs, I really don't trust. I saw them in my fantasy. I wish I would pick these in the sixth round. I'll go with the team that shares the MetLife Stadium with us because the Giants win because I don't know. The Giants just win, I guess. My score for this one is going to be a close one, 19-18 Giants. Now, coming up next will be the Battle of LA. Excuse me, Las Vegas Raiders at the Los Angeles Chargers. I'm sorry. Well, they used to be rivals. I think they are still rivals. This is a division matchup. Okay. Las Vegas Raiders at the Los Angeles Chargers. For some odd reason, I always call the Las Vegas Raiders like the Los Angeles Clippers for some odd reason. I don't know why. Um, Basically, it's going to be a pumped up Chargers defense against a slow Raiders QB that's going to have trouble getting the ball to Devontae Adams. I think the over and under for Minshew getting cussed out by Devontae Adams is going to be probably before the third quarter. The Chargers are going to win this. The Chargers are going to get 26. The Raiders they're not even going to crack the 10 mark. They're going to get like 10, and that's it. And that's going to be in the fourth quarter. So, Chargers 26, Raiders 10 by my papers. All right, now this one's a tricky one. This is probably going to be the afternoon game. Denver Broncos at the Seattle Seahawks. I believe they're going to be playing at what, like probably 4:25 or 4:30 or something like that. Um, nah, I was just looking at it, and I was looking at the different probabilities, different predictions on from different sports media outlets. I'm not taking the upset special. People are going against Geno Smith. I'm going to say no. The legend of Geno Smith continues as Seattle is going to win their home opener. Plus, they're playing in Seattle. Nah, I'm not. I'm not going to fall for that one. I'm not going to fall for that one. They're playing in Seattle. The 11th man is going to be out there. It's probably going to be warm out there too. Seattle wins by 7, 27-20. I just made that score up. I was just jotting some numbers down, and that number just came up to me as 27. And I think that's like the magic number for the Seahawks to win. And yeah, because the Broncos' defense is in shambles right now. Their offense is okay, but I think the loss of Jared Judy is really going to hurt them. Shout out to Jared Judy. He's actually on my flex on my fantasy football teams. Probably all three of them, I think, if I had to check them. But yeah, the Seahawks win their home opener 27-20. Easy peasy. Next game up for all my Cowboys fans out here. Cowboys at the Cleveland Browns. This is going to be a grind out, gritty, ground and pound, smack you in your helmet, make your helmet go backwards. Dallas Cowboys at the Cleveland Browns. The pretty Cowboys at the gritty Cleveland Browns. It's Cleveland, y'all. It's not the playoffs yet. Now, here's the thing. This is what's going for the Cowboys because everybody's talking about how bad the Cowboys are in the playoffs. Guess what? This is regular season. This is not the playoffs. So guess what? The Cowboys are pretty much good in this department. So the Browns defense is going to keep it close because there's going to be some hard hitting in this game. Just even for a week one game, it's going to be some hard hits. The Browns are going to be showing off. They're going to be waiting for Nick Chubb to get in. They're also going to wait for Deshaun to get back to form again. But like I said, the Cowboys are going to pull this one out in the clutch. Because guess what? They still got CD Lamb. They still got Brandon Cooks. They got freaky Zeke Elliott back in the fold, and they still got Dak. I mean, as quiet as kept, people get on Dak about how bad he is, but he's really still a top 10, in some cases, top five quarterback. Name five quarterbacks that are better than Dak. I'll wait. There's Dak is up there. Dak is up there. Quiet as kept. Dak is up there. So I got the Cowboys winning 22-21. They squeak out that one. Just to, this is a good test for the Cowboys too. This is really, really a good test. And I think if they can win ugly in this game, I think the rest of the season will be pretty much a breeze because the Cleveland Browns boast one of the better top tier defenses in the league, and they're very physical. And I think this will be perfect. This will be a perfect test for the Cowboys offense. So yeah, I got the Cowboys winning. I got the Cowboys winning by one, 22-21. Next game up, Washington Commanders at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Bucs defense is going to frustrate. Todd Bowles is back at it again, former Jets coach. The Bucs defense is going to frustrate the Washington Commanders. Even though the Commanders have a good receiving core, they're going to get to the quarterback early to kind of shut that down, and they're going to make him try to win the game slowly on the ground. Mike Evans and company are going to handle their business and put, by the time I would say by the third, maybe middle, fourth quarter comes in, they're going to be putting the third stringers in for the Bucks, so the first stringers can actually relax. Bucks win by a little bit, 27-7, real easy peasy. Next game up, this is the game I really want to see. Hopefully, hopefully I don't get any interruptions for this game. I don't want to. Hopefully, this is going to be one of the local games that we get to see. They're going to. What's the word here that I'm looking for? To give us the privilege. We're going to be privy to see this game on Fox. Hopefully, Fox at 4. Game of the day, basically, to me. Both teams are going to be showing off offensively. Los Angeles Rams and Detroit Lions. And I'm definitely going to be there for it. I'm definitely giving the edge of Detroit just because they're playing at home. Ford Field is going to be rocking. They're probably going to be showing highlights of last year's playoff run. And that's just going to get everybody else juiced up. Amon St. Ra. I heard he's ready. I mean, he's on a couple of my fantasy teams too, so hopefully he's going to have a good showing out. I can get back into standing again. It's going to be an offensive game. Not a whole lot of defensive stops. The Lions win it. I have the Lions winning by about 6 or 7. I'm going to say 34 or 33 to the Rams 27, depending on what happens on the field. So yeah, but that's definitely going to be a good game. Hopefully we can catch that game in the afternoon. For Monday Night Football, the jam of the night. Let me let me get mine one time. My New York Jets. My New York Jets are facing the San Francisco 49ers. Now look. And the fan in me says the Jets win 24-22. The concerned fan in me says, I don't care who wins this game. All I want for Christmas is the Jets to protect Aaron Rodgers so he can do his thing, so he can stay upright. I don't want anything to happen after those 4 snaps. After those 4 snaps, I'm going to be really worried about what happens, but I think AR is going to be okay. A lot of people, this is pretty much the storyline for the season. This has been the storyline since the off season about the Jets and the health of Aaron Rodgers. But Aaron Rodgers says, I'm seeing all the different quotes and bylines and all types of interviews that he's having and quotables, and they're saying that like he's ready. Like I came out from my dark place or my hurt place or wherever he's coming from. Hopefully, whatever place he's coming from, he's going to come out there and we don't need. Well, we would love to have MVP Aaron Rodgers, but I think we have to accept that he's taking a step back. We're probably going to get like 85% Aaron Rodgers. I'll take that. 85% Aaron Rodgers is better than 100% Zach Wilson. No disrespect to Zach Wilson. But I wish, but you know what? The good thing is we had another insurance policy taken out on AR just in case if this does happen. We got Tyrod Taylor, very great quarterback. Quarterback for the Bills back in the day. Definitely good mobile quarterbacks, as a matter of fact. And then also on top of that, like our defense is ready. We're primed. We're ready. Our offensive line has been tinkered. We're ready. We got two weapons on both sides. We know we got Mike Williams, and I heard he got the green light as wide receiver 2. Of course, wide receiver 1 is Garrett Wilson. We got Brees the Beast. We got Xavier Gibson. We got the two-headed monster, two-headed running back monster. So we're good. I think we're good. I think we're going to come out there and have a good showing. You know what? If the Jets win, great. I think for the next 4 games, I believe. Let me see. I believe we have. Let's see. According to the Jets schedule. All right. For our Jets, I think we have the 49ers. We got the Titans, the Patriots, and the Broncos. So out of those 4 games, I think we drop one to the 49ers, or we beat the 49ers, we go 3-0, and then we lose to the Broncos. Either or is 3-1. I'll take it. But, all I want is everybody to be healthy going out there. I need AR in his right mindset, and that's it. We're good to go from there. So that's pretty much my week 1 predictions. You can just hit me up on Facebook or YouTube, throw your comments in there, like and subscribe. That's pretty much it. I don't really have that much. Not a whole lot of basketball going on because everybody is going back to school. Shout out to everybody who's going into to their seasons, getting ready for practice. Definitely want to give a shout out to my dean here at Esperanza College. I want to give her a shout out. She's definitely going to be doing the 5K tomorrow, so definitely good luck. And she's gonna tear it up there. Shout out to everybody shout out to everybody, to all the kids and parents who are starting school. Shout out to all the college students who are also starting their first semester as freshmen. Shout out to all the seniors who made it to be a senior, to get ready to graduate. This is your final year. I'm super duper proud of you. Shout out to everybody going to post-secondary in regards to getting their masters or, their PhD or doctorates and things of that sort. So, yeah, but I definitely want to wish everybody a healthy football season. I want to wish everybody a great first day of school. Be careful. Keep your heads on the swivel out there and make friends, study, but most of all, have fun. So that's pretty much it for the weekend. I'll be hitting you back probably like Tuesday or Wednesday to go over some of the scores and recap, and also go over the Monday Night Football game with my beloved Jets and the 49ers. So if that's pretty much it, that's it. But this is Next Step in K from In the Basement. And this is Kay, of course, the only concerned Jets fan on the East Coast. And if you need to hit us up, don't forget, hit us up. Phone number 302-844-8275, on Instagram at in_the_basement_podcast. And on YouTube, we are at In the Basement Podcast. And on Facebook, sounds so good you gotta say it twice, In the Basement Podcast once again. And my name is Kay from The Basement for Next Step in K. And you guys have a great Friday. Watch those Eagles and have a great football Sunday. Don't forget to get your lineup straight for fantasy football for tonight and also for Sunday. Hey, look, I told you here. So if you didn't know, you don't know. Have a great football weekend, guys. Be out.